Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Jai Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Matira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Gunja Bihari Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Gunja Bihari. Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashoda Nandana Praja Jana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Praja Jana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Praja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Praja Jana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Gunja Bihari. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Jai Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jai Radha Shama Sundaradha Shama Sundaradhi. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Śrīla Prabhupada. Nittai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nittai Gaur Haribo. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacacharya Astottara Satashi Srimad Devangri Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitya Vishnu Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajacacharya Astottara Satashi Srimad Śrīla Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj Ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Narang Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye Nastapreshu Abhadreshu Nityang Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavat Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 71. The Lord travels to Indraprastha, text 11 through 13. So you can repeat, śrī-śuka it yadu-vṛddhāś rājan sarvato-bhadram acyutam devarṣir yadu-vṛddhāś kṛṣṇaś pratyapūjayan śrī-śuka it yadu-vṛddhāś rājan sarvato-bhadram acyutam devarṣir yadu-vṛddhāś kṛṣṇaś pratyapūjayan śrī-śuka it yadu-vṛddhāś rājan sarvato-bhadram acyutam devarṣir yadu-vṛddhāś kṛṣṇaś pratyapūjayan śrī-śuka yadu-vṛddhāś rājan sarvato-bhadram acyutam devarṣir yadu-vṛddhāś kṛṣṇaś pratyapūjayan śrī-śuka it yadu-vṛddhāś rājan sarvato-bhadram acyutam devarṣir yadu-vṛddhāś kṛṣṇaś pratyapūjayan śrī-śuka it yadu-vṛddhāś rājan sarvato-bhadram rājan devarṣir yadu-vṛddhāś Matajis? uddhava-vacaḥ, yadu-vṛddhāś rājan, devarṣi yadu-vṛddhāś, śrī-śuka uvāca. Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, Iti, thus stated, uddhava-vaco, the words of Uddhava, Rājan, O King Parīkṣit, sarvataḥ, in all ways, bhadram, auspicious, acyutam, infallible, deva-ṛṣiḥ, the sage of the demigods, Nārada, yadu-vṛddhāś, the yadu elders, cha, and kṛṣṇaḥ, Lord Kṛṣṇa, cha, and also pratyapūjayan, praised in all response. Translation purport by the followers of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Śukadeva Gosvāmī said, O King, Devarṣi Nārada, the Yadu elders, and Lord Kṛṣṇa all welcomed Uddhava's proposal, which was entirely auspicious and infallible. Purport. Śrīla Śrīdhara Svāmī explains that the term acyutam indicates that Uddhava's proposal was fortified by logical reasoning. Furthermore, Śukadeva Gosvāmī specifically indicates by the term yadu-vṛddhāś that it was the senior members, not the junior ones, who welcomed the proposal. Young princes, such as Aniruddha, did not like Uddhava's proposal, since they were eager to fight Jarasandha's army immediately. Text 12. Atadishat prayanaya Bhagavan devaki sutaha Brityan daruka jaitradin anugyapya gurun vibhu. The Almighty Personality of Godhead, the son of Devaki, begged his superiors for permission to leave. Then he ordered his servants, headed by Daruka and Jaitra, to prepare for departure. The superiors mentioned here are personalities such as Vasudeva, Lord Kṛṣṇa's father. Nirgama yava rodvan svan sasutan sa parichadan sankarshanam anugyapya yadu-vṛddhāś cha sutrahan yadu-vṛddhāś sa shatruhan sutopanitan svaratam aruhad garuda dvajam. O slayer of enemies, after he had arranged for the departure of his wives, children, and baggage, and taken leave of Lord Sankarshan and King Ugrasena, Lord Kṛṣṇa mounted his chariot, which had been brought by his driver. It flew a flag marked with the emblem of Garuda. Having accepted Uddhava's proposal, Lord Kṛṣṇa first proceeded with his wives, family, and entourage to the royal city of Indraprastha, the capital of the Pandavas. The rest of this chapter describes Lord Kṛṣṇa's journey to that city, how he was received there by his loving devotees. In Indraprastha, Lord Kṛṣṇa explained to the Pandavas his plan to first kill Jarasandha and then perform the Rajasuya sacrifice. And with their full agreement, he proceeded with Bhimasena to settle accounts with the wicked king. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains that Lord Kṛṣṇa's wives had also been invited to the Rajasuya sacrifice and were eager to go. The description of the colorful royal procession begins with the following verse. Om Jnana-timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistang Stapitang Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Krishna's pastimes are pretty amazing, or extremely amazing. To understand that the Lord takes birth like an ordinary human being, but performs such amazing pastimes, but still, due to the bewildering effects of Maya, it covers over everyone's intelligence, despite the fact that, who can lift a hill on his little finger and completely kill so many demonic influences, what to speak of Kamsa, create a whole city, Dwarka, on the ocean, and a beautiful palace for each and every one of his thousands and thousands of queens, not to leave them alone in the palace, but expanding himself so he can be with each and every queen and acting as if, to set an example for others to follow, that you have to behave like this in family life. You have to get up early. The queens didn't like that. The roosters were crowing and Kṛṣṇa would get up early, take bath, perform sacrifice, mantra, as if worshiping the gods. He is the supreme God of all gods. Patrang pushpang palantoyang yomi bhakti prasthiti. That by offerings of love and devotion, Kṛṣṇa is reciprocating with each and every person. But Arjuna is glorifying him as the supreme personality of Godhead. And Kṛṣṇa performed many wonderful activities. And here we're hearing how, while he's enjoying in the Sudharma, Arjuna and Kṛṣṇa protected Maya, one very great architect who built a beautiful, they brought the Sudharma from the heavenly planets, Dwarka, just like the Parijata flower. It says that Satyabhama wanted the Parijata flower, but I've read other places that there was a Parijata flower for every queen he brought. Indra didn't like that either, but there was a nice example. So these remarkable pastimes that we hear in Mahabharata, in the Vedic literatures, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, it's all to develop our shraddha, our faith, that we have doubts and we have our own intellectual understanding of what is normal and what is beyond, what is possible, what is impossible. And Kṛṣṇa is performing such wonderful Herculean tasks that no one can even imagine. The most beautiful, the most powerful, the wealthiest, and also very renounced. Who can renounce such beautiful goddesses, gopis, fully surrendered to Kṛṣṇa, ready to carry out his fulfill his desires, not caring about family or being chastised by the relatives, husbands, brothers, fathers, about social custom, not caring anything for anyone other than how to please Krishna. You have to be a little bit brave. I remember back at 93 when I decided, I just finished renovating a beautiful home in Coconut Grove near the temple, just finished a swimming pool, and we decided, what are we doing over here? We should come to Vrindavan because Vrindavan is such a special place, Krishna Balaram. And anyone who spends time in Vrindavan can appreciate that Krishna's Vrindavan Dham is very exalted and very special. But sometimes friends and relatives think, well, you must be, a little crazy to give up comfortable lifestyle or very rich opulence and comforts to sometimes in Vrindavan it's austere, especially when the weather is austere and very extreme. But the gopis didn't care for anything. They fully surrendered. What the queens of Krishna were so much enamored and so much in love with Krishna. So while he left the palaces, each and every palace, and the thousands of Krishnas became one Krishna. He's the same person, but he has a different, unlimited expansions that can reciprocate individually with each and every person in a loving way. And that's what we're all looking for. Nobody wants to just be a groupie or part. You want to have a personal relationship with Krishna. You want to be able to speak and exchange love. And so Krishna is showing that he can do that. You're ready to surrender? You want to come back home? I will help you. I'll give you intelligence. I'll show you what to do and how to do it. But the surrendering process is very difficult because of our long conditioning in this material world. Thinking every time we're embodied, we're so much absorbed in the body. And what are the four principles of the body? Where's food? Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. If you look at those four, every embodied being, animal, they want to eat, they want to have some shelter, they want to reproduce, and then ultimately liberation. That this material world is a place of suffering, and we're seeing so much suffering. It's not that we're just philosophically talking nonsense. You can see this, people are suffering, they're burning, they're killing one another, they're dying. These are in the Sudharma, one is freed from these whips of hunger, thirst, disease, old age, death, everything what is the purpose and goal of life? How to become free from samsara, the cycle of birth and death. So while in the Sudharma, and then a messenger came from the kings who were imprisoned by Jarasandha, and he offered beautiful prayers from the kings who were glorifying Krishna. You're the supreme protector, you're the Lord of everything, you're the most powerful, nothing can happen without your permission. But how is it that this Jarasandha is punishing us like this? Oh, okay, maybe it was due to our bad karma. We were made kings because of our good karma. Whatever opulence that we do have is the mercy of God. And whatever suffering that's coming to us is also the reaction of our past activities. And we may think, well, now I'm a devotee. Krishna will free me from all sinful reactions. Yes, but the fan is still spinning. You unplug the fan, but the blade is still spinning, slowing down. But we have to follow. We have to follow the direction. Krishna is speaking, Bhagavad Gita, he's directing not only Arjuna, but all of us. And Krishna, the super soul, is representative of the Guru, the spiritual master. So the whole system is set up by Krishna. Chatur Varnyang Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. That, okay, there's Brahmanas, the brain has to be there. Kshatriyas, protection has to be there. The Vaishyas, mercantile and farming and taking care of the food, and Shudras, the workers, it all is combined together. What to speak of brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyas. We should have training from the youth. And as we grow and we hear the Vedic knowledge and we understand the pitfalls and the sufferings of material life, okay, let me try anyway, get married and have a family and work hard, because you have to maintain the family, isn't it? Someone married here? Anyone married? If you're married, that means you have to work. You can't be a lazy bum. You got to, otherwise the wife kick you out the door. Come on, get out there and make some money. Do something. Provide a place. Give shelter. The child is sick. Take him to the hospital. So we all have responsibilities and obligations and duties to the demigods, to the saints, the common people. So many obligations are there. We're having sunshine, rain is coming, vegetative growth, the wind is blowing. All these are different amenities. In your house, do you pay for electric bill? Otherwise they cut you off. You don't pay your water bill? No water. So, and we have responsibilities, but the beauty of Krishna consciousness, by service to the Lord, by devotional service, by actually dedicating our time, our energy, yat karoshi, yad shnasi, yad jahosi, dadasi, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tad kurushva mad arpanam. Whatever we perform, whatever austerities, whatever work, we should do it as an offering for Krishna, as a sacrifice. And Krishna's freeing us of the worldly obligations and the responsibilities to the nation, to the family, to the community, to the demigods, to everyone. Because one who's serving the Lord is like putting water to the root of the tree. Every flower, every twig is nourished. If you put food in the stomach, the eyes, the hands, the feet are nourished. If you try to put the rascula in your eye or in your ear, you're going to have trouble. You have to, more doctor bills. So Krishna said, oh, tell the kings, very soon we'll take care of this situation. And also, Narada Muni when Narada Muni arrived, Krishna showed proper example of how to treat a sadhu, a Vaishnava. Although Narada Muni wanted to offer respectful obeisances, understanding that Krishna is in the role of teaching by example, in his mind he offered respects, but he was worshipped properly. In all Krishna's exchanges with equals, he's embracing, with superiors, family, and relatives, he's offering obeisances and respect. So we've seen over the years, as Kali Yuga in particular progresses, there's so much less respect for elders, family. I think children were more trained and had better understanding, upbringing, how to respect the mother, the father, what to speak of the grandfather. And now all they care is about their video game. And even if you come in and say, how are you? Hello, hello. You got to kind of go in front of their face, otherwise they're mesmerized, killing the demons on TV or whatever they do. They're imitating Krishna by killing demons on the TV. So now the dilemma that Rajasuya sacrifice, King Yudhishthira in the capital, Indraprastha, Hastinapur, I understand that they're the same, at least in the same vicinity. The Pandavas were there, and Yudhishthira now is preparing to take over the kingdom. This when Pandu died, Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana and company, the Kurus, they were watching over the Pandavas, but they were trying to kind of get rid of them. The poison house, the poison cakes, the house that was shellacked, to burn them and get it. So many ways they tried to get rid of the Pandavas so that Dhritarashtra, although blind from birth, at least his sons can rule the kingdom, because he felt it was his right. But technically speaking, Pandu was the king. He died prematurely. Now the Pandavas, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Sahadev, Nakula, are grown. The kingdom is rightfully theirs. So the dilemma was what to do. Go do the Rajasuya or free the kings who are imprisoned by Jarasandha. So Krishna said, Uddhava, I trust whatever you got to say. Although Uddhava knew that Kṛṣṇa knows past, present, future, he's knowing everything. It's not a question. But he's setting the example that he listened to good counsel, listened to the brahmanas, take guidance. And this Uddhava gave a good plan that, okay, you go to Rajasuya, to King Yudhishthira, but ultimately Jarasandha is more powerful than 10,000 elephants. He'd be very difficult to defeat, and also with his army, even more difficult. Better hand-to-hand combat. And the only one who's really competent for that cause, of course Kṛṣṇa is, but he's playing a different role, is Bhimasena. He's also just as powerful as Jarasandha. So he gave a plan how to achieve this. You go as brahmanas and you request as a favor from him that we can fight you. So all that will be explained very nicely. So Kṛṣṇa, he performs many activities by one act. So here he is now, which is very bewildering. He called Daruka to get his chariot ready, but just like Sati, Lord Shiva's wife, wanted to go to the big yajna of her father, but Lord Shiva said, no, it's not a good idea because he doesn't respect me and he's blasphemous. But she was so determined, oh, my family will be there, all my friends will be there, it'll be nice. So Kṛṣṇa thought, let all the queens come. Imagine, golden palanquins and procession, elephants, horses, cavalry, all the sons, all the different paraphernalia because you have to camp out from Dwarka to Hastinapur at least 1,000 miles. And you have to cross, they said, rivers, mountain, different terrains. But Kṛṣṇa is very powerful. We can only envision, we can only have an idea how it is that all these soldiers, they acted as bodyguards for the queens. They had their shields and swords out ready. And there was a lot of noise and commotion. Can you imagine thousands, tens of thousands of the Yadu family and soldiers and children and wives and paraphernalia all coming to Hastinapur. And King Yudhishthira made arrangements for everyone and very much welcomed them. And Draupadi was also praising all the queens of Kṛṣṇa, wanting to know how each queen was so fortunate to be able to have Kṛṣṇa as their husband. So each queen gave a little detail of how she was benedicted by Kṛṣṇa's arrangement. And what to speak of when he entered the city in Hastinapur, all the citizens were completely enlivened, and especially the female ladies and the young ladies, they all came running, leaving behind their duties, similar to the gopis, because Kṛṣṇa, they heard about Kṛṣṇa, they wanted to see Kṛṣṇa and appreciate his beauty. And it was so crowded, many of them decided, well, let me go on the roof. You know, they went on the roof of the palace so they can have a better view. Just like during a big parade or a special event, everyone's so excited to see Kṛṣṇa and all the queens and the grand arrangement which was coming. So this was all taking place here. It was describing about that Narada Muni, after leaving, he went and everyone came to Hastinapur for this wonderful celebration. Yudhishthira Maharaj sent all his brothers all the different directions in order for a Rajasuya sacrifice to be performed. All kings must submit to the emperor, that he is the ruling emperor, the main king. Like we say, Krishna's Godhead. There may be many gods, but Kṛṣṇa is the supreme God. So Yudhishthira, in order to establish his authority as the emperor of the world, he had to, but Jarasandha was kind of not surrendering. And all the kings that were imprisoned by Jarasandha, they refused to surrender to Jarasandha because he also had an ego trip, wanting to control the kings and wanting to show his powerful, 10,000 elephants. They better surrender, otherwise they'll crush them, But these kings were all imprisoned, and but it was a benediction. we can't understand, oh, so bad, imprisoned. But they got liberated by Krishna directly, and they prayed to Krishna after they were freed. After Bhima, Arjuna, and Krishna came, we heard yesterday how Jarasandha didn't find Krishna a good combatant, or Arjuna is just he's not qualified. But Bhima, that would be a decent fight. And also Krishna revealed to Bhima how to rip him apart and finish the whole affair. And not only the kings were freed, but they were bathed and clothed in beautiful kingly attire with gold, jewelry, and also beautiful chariots. Krishna's just amazing how he's taking care personally. And the kings are offering very beautiful prayers. But still, they were recognizing that we're not surrendered. We're still thinking that we can be the enjoyers of this world. Somehow with our intelligence, we can create a kingdom, we can create a situation where we'll be the enjoyer here. Not that one artificially has to suffer. Obviously, the devotees of the Lord are the most exalted and glorified. We praise the devotees on an equal level with Krishna, even more so than Krishna. It says if one is doing an offering on the altar for the deities, and a great devotee, a pure devotee comes, if no one is to attend to him, he can postpone his deity worship to attend to the devotee's care. So, not that one should artificially try to concoct his own ideas. Everything is described very nicely in the Vedic literature. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, empowered them to describe what is the nectar of devotion, what are the rules and regulations of deity worship, proper Vaishnava behavior, how we can work together, and how we can awaken these wonderful godly qualities which are inherent, which are within each and every person. Just like they say, fire is present within our body, or fire is present within wood. So the Lord, the super soul, and the Lord, they're present together within the body, and the spirit soul is simply encaged, entrapped within this body, and the body is a manifestation of our desires and our activities of our previous life. So we're given a particular mother and father, we're born in a certain place, but somehow agyata sukriti, or maybe pious, heaps of pious activities, just like the cowherd boys, the gopis, were considered to be extremely fortunate, but also it's recognized that they performed great austerities and actually prayed to the Lord and performed sacrifice, yajna. And anyone who's chanting the holy name of the Lord and who's made the mental and physical sacrifice that, yes, I want to surrender to Guru. I want to follow this process of Krishna consciousness. I want to somehow assist in the Sankirtan mission, perform the duty of the yajna for this age, Kali Kalir Dharma Krishna Nam Sankirtan. That's a great sacrifice. What is that prayer? Aho bata shvapachoto gariyan yajjavagre yatate. It says that one who's chanting the holy name, he's gone to all the sacred places of pilgrimage. He's performed sacrifices. He's done a lot. And we shouldn't think, oh, I've already done all these things. We shouldn't become proud. Krishna doesn't like his devotees to be proud. But it's being recognized that in order to have that conviction and the shraddha, the faith, to surrender to Krishna, to surrender to Guru, not just pretentiously that, oh yes, I'm doing my religious duty, I'm giving my donations, I'm pious, Not just in an artificial external way. We need to genuinely want to serve Krishna and really see how can I be instrumental, not just conditional service. Yeyatamang prapajate tangs tatava bhajamyaham. As we surrender to Krishna, Krishna is reciprocating with us. Not that he's oh, okay, if you surrender, Krishna's always giving his mercy, just like the sunshine is always shining brightly, but they say the owl and different maybe creatures may avoid the sunlight. I think also vampires too, right? They don't like the sunlight. They stay in their coffin and come out at night, you know? So we don't want, Krishna's mercy is available, but we have to become recipients. We have to be open up to that idea that how to get the mercy of Krishna and devotees. And that comes by coming and following the order of the spiritual master. Spiritual master saying, rise early in the morning and praise the Guru, samsara dava, that the cycle of birth and death is there, but the spiritual master has been gifted with this cloud of mercy and putting out the fire of material existence, which is burning and very much distressful for the conditioned souls. And by offering Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam, by understanding that Krishna sent the Guru, and the Guru is instructing, not that there are many Gurus, I will go here, go there. Srila Prabhupada is savior of the world. He's spread Krishna consciousness throughout the world, and by his giving this Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's changed the lives of millions and encouraged all of us to follow in his footsteps. Not that we can imitate Srila Prabhupada, but he was tireless. He was always thinking of Krishna, always remembering Krishna, never forgetting Krishna, never so, how you say, distracted or tired that he wouldn't glorify the Supreme Lord. Even when his intimate darshans, or maybe speaking to some political or some religious organizations, he met prime ministers and different high priests and nuns and ordinary people. But even in the midst of his being with one or two devotees in the private chambers, after a full day of preaching, lecturing, translating, and kirtan, and encouragement, and responding to thousands of devotees' letters, and giving guidance, and keeping the society and growing the society with the view of establishing an institution that can shelter and guide the conditioned souls and be able to spread the message further and further, then he would still be expressing his feelings of love for Krishna. And he'd be reading his own. These are not my books, these are Krishna's books. Krishna's speaking. He's empowered Rupa Goswami, empowered Sanatana Goswami, empowered Srila Prabhupada. So we have to actually appreciate with gratitude that Prabhupada, he has the full authority, is empowered by the Lord to give the full blessings, but one has to surrender to this Krishna consciousness movement and be enthusiastic. Lolyam, it says, what is the secret to achieving? You need to be intensely desirous to want to have Krishna consciousness. Not that just, oh, I want to work so hard and make $1 million and I'll be happy. You know, somebody said, oh, this is better than winning the lottery. I said, winning the lottery, that just perpetuates your cycle of birth and death, because then you start thinking that I can enjoy, now I can get that beautiful, nice new car, nice new home. I park my car in Los Angeles and the next day it's all burned to pieces. It's like, I just bought that house for $10 million and I just spent, $500,000 in a new car and all my possessions and everything's gone. There's some poets, Prabhupada tells, that I've worked hard to build this home, but then the fire burnt and took everything. And the fire will burn this body, take everything. So we have limited time, very short time, because the time element, Krishna by time empowers Brahma to create. Krishna is always maintaining and empowers Lord Shiva to destroy. So how many times will we be packed in the womb? And if one is very advanced, he actually feels the discomfort of being enwrapped in a womb, and there's many sufferings. The details are in the Bhagavatam. But how many times are we going to be packed into the womb of the monkey body, the pig body, the dog body, the worm body, even demigods? So whatever we're striving for in this world, na dhanam, na janam, na sundaring kavitang vajagadisha kamaye. Krishna doesn't, our Lord Chaitanya doesn't want wealth, doesn't want followers, doesn't want simply to enjoy the senses with the opposite sex, because everything is set up in this material world to facilitate our fantasy, our dream. I can become the enjoyer. I can be independent of Krishna. And we think, no, I'm not a criminal, I'm a good person. What is a good person? A good person is one who's surrendered to Krishna. And even good deeds and bad deeds, they're all entanglement. Because, okay, good deeds, so you'll be born in a wealthy family, so you can, more deeply dig your karmic ditch of performing sinful activities. So it's not just a pessimistic view or a very down, how you say, kill the buzz. Everyone has an idea or a dream that I want to achieve something in this world. I want to be happy with my family, my children. Everyone wants to protect their children. Everyone wants their family to be, respected. And what to speak, you want to show your friends that, see how successful I am? Let me show you some pictures, come on. We all have a lot of pictures of ourselves with the Prime Minister and with the Chief Minister and this minister and that minister. But these are all temporary personalities. The spiritual master, out of kindness, is giving us an opportunity to take up the process of Krishna consciousness. It all begins with Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, hearing and chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. People think that's all? Yeah. Yes, it's all. Just chant Krishna's name, hear Krishna's name, hear the glorious pastimes of Krishna and his wonderful transcendental activities, and see how Krishna destroys all the obstacles, all the demons, even the demons of the mind, and he completely annihilates the urges of the lust, anger, and greed, and all the godly qualities that become manifest simply by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And by hearing and chanting, you want to render service. Because what is the point of, you're asking Krishna for service. If service is not there, well, that is my service, just chanting. Okay, if you can be like Haridas Thakur, that's nice. But Bhaktisiddhanta said, what kind of cheater are you? Letting people think I'm a great chanter, I'm just a great renunciant, I'm living in solitude, look at me, I'm not thinking of money and women, no. He said, this is, we don't want to be pretentious, so chant, we hear, but we must engage in service. And if they say, what kind of service? Anything. There's a cleaning temple, making garlands, going on book distribution, cooking, serving the devotees. Unlimited services are there. And Krishna will give you an opportunity for more and more service. Somebody has this type of service, someone has that type of service. But ultimately, we're all trying to serve Krishna harmoniously together under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada in the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, which is also an incarnation of the Lord. It may have many faults, we may have had many stumblings and fall downs and difficulties in the growth of our society. There are many persons from many walks of life. Some are, maybe very genuinely, seriously applying themselves, but Maya can attack at any time. And the illusion, the allurement of leaving Krishna consciousness is always there. So we should be very much fearful of the material energy and somehow stay in the association of devotees despite the difficulties. Stay wherever you are, can serve in the temple. This is a transcendental place. And what to speak of being in Sri Vrindavan Dham, which is the first real, genuine temple that Prabhupada had, even though for so many years in the West, there were some temples, but as far as a beautiful, wonderful temple, Krishna Balaram Mandir is a beacon or a pivot point, which gives inspiration to anyone who visits. And hopefully that inspiration is to help spread Krishna consciousness, because this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants. Jare dako tare kaho Krishna upadesha maragai guru hoy tare desh. We hear and chant about Krishna and we tell others about Krishna. And that's our duty. And if we do it nicely, there'll be disagreements, there'll be some little brothers and sisters fight all the time, but we can't, got to try to also pull ourselves together so we're not, fighting like cats and dogs. But okay, recognize that yes, we all have bad qualities. Sometimes we make mistakes, but to be able to openly, offer pranams to the Vaishnava devotees who are like desire trees, can fulfill the desires of everyone and are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned soul. Vancha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So I only left a few minutes if someone has questions, comments. Shri Ram Pandit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, thanks for the class, wonderful class. So Prabhuji, my question is, Krishna is marrying 16,108 wives. He's personally present with all his wife, and then the whole gang traveling from where to Indraprasth. So it's like, we are trying to be devotees, so because we love Krishna, so we think, oh, this is like Krishna is the Supreme Personality, he is the cause of all causes, he can do anything. But from the materialistic point of view, like the frog in the well, they don't know is Krishna, they don't know much about Krishna. But how do a materialistic person take all these things and he takes it as a fantasy, or he takes it as something? What is this? This is like a mythology, or how does one convince them that Krishna can do anything?
Well, it's similar. Like Chaitanya, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami said, we really shouldn't discuss all these intimate dealings of devotees and their surrender to Krishna, because fools may not, but the fools will not understand anyway. You see, because these materialistic persons, they'll not be able to understand. And that Krishna performed these wonderful activities for the pleasure of his devotees, so the devotees are inspired to see that, oh, my Lord is so great, he can do anything and everything. But any person who has any faith or belief in God, he will believe that God can do anything and everything. There's no question, doesn't matter how mind-boggling it may seem. And demonic persons, they'll never surrender to Krishna anyway. Those go deeper and deeper in ignorance, and that's why we're in the material world. So Krishna and Krishna's pastimes are for the devotees, and he's enlivening the devotees by his pastimes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thanks for the wonderful class. One small doubt is there that...
small doubt? Okay, small doubt. Watch
because
out.
of my small mind,
small
knowledge. Before this Rajasviya Yagya, all the kings have to submit to the emperor, that is Yudhishthira. So that means in the Dwarka, king was the Kṛṣṇa. So Kṛṣṇa is also surrendering towards Yudhishthira as the king.
Yeah. He's totally surrendering to Yudhishthira. He came to offer respects to Yudhishthira, and Yudhishthira felt embarrassed. They embraced him. They all know he's the Supreme Lord, but in his humanly activities, he's showing respect to Ugrasena. He's showing respect to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yes, no doubt.
If you allow,
he was servant of. He became the chariot driver of Arjuna. So Arjuna knows he's the Supreme Lord, but so Krishna's performing incredible pastimes just to kind of test our, faith.
If you allow one more question, is there small doubt that one who chants the holy name has visited, not physically, but has visited all the pilgrimage. You said like this. Maybe I didn't understand.
Yes.
So, should a desire come in the devotee's mind that yes, we should go to the Kumbh Mela or we should go to some other pilgrimage like this?
Now you're getting a sensitive area. Someone said, "You going to Kumbh Mela?" I said, "I'm already in Kumbh Mela." Frankly speaking, it's nice. It's auspicious, and definitely, if one can go and they want to experience it, they should go. But if you're already in Vrindavan and serving Krishna, Balaram, and Srila Prabhupada, this is the most auspicious place. So Prabhupada would often say that sometimes people would even from Calcutta, the Ganges is there, but they would go all the way to Haridwar to the Ganges. Same Ganges, but sometimes it's mentally satisfying for the pilgrim himself that they feel that, oh, I've done this yajna, I just got in the middle of tens of millions of people, I performed the austerities of going there and putting up with everything and coming back. And in that sense, it's very purifying. But technically speaking, if you want to stay in Vrindavan, chant the holy name and serve Krishna Balaram, that's just as auspicious as any auspicious bathing in the Kumbh Mela. I'm promoting Kumbh Mela. It's good. One last. All right.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my obeisances unto you. About Kumbh Mela, I also had the similar experience. Many people asked me, why didn't you go to Kumbh Mela? Then I had a clever answer. I said to him, since you didn't go, that's why I didn't go. I thought that I would go with you, but you didn't go. That's the reason why I didn't go. Okay. So today about the first text, it has been mentioned that Uddhava's decision was welcomed by Devarṣi, the elder Yadus and Kṛṣṇa even. But the younger Yadus didn't like the very decision taken by Uddhava. So this text is relevant everywhere, even today. Where there is an institution, there must be an authority to take decision, and there will be some people who will welcome it, and there will be even some people who would take it for politics. Huh? So what's your say on this? What's your take on this?
Yes, we're all individuals, and as you mentioned, the younger Yadavas, they were ready for a fight. They felt insulted. But Krishna took the advice of Uddhava, and the seniors appreciated his intellectual or his good proposal to solve the situation in a peaceful way, or not so peaceful, killing Jarasandha, but still. Yeah. So sometimes we've seen that every adventure needs a leader, or Srila Prabhupada is the leader of our society, and he appointed GBC, Governing Body Commission, and many times devotees will come with challenges and difficulties of Prabhupada, but Prabhupada, what do we do here? He said, just follow your authority. And I know sometimes the authority is not perfect, a lot of times, and there may be some challenges, but that surrender in itself is also purifying. Krishna knows everything, just like the kings were complaining, how is it that Jarasandha can do this to us? We're like surrendered to you, but we also have our kingdoms and our other activities and desires. Well, maybe it's a punishment. So maybe you're being punished to have a leader who's not giving the perfect guidance that you're expecting. But still, that humility and that surrender and wanting to somehow work cooperatively together, just like Krishna is offering respects to his seniors and what to speak of in elders. So in the same way, we should also respect our elders and respect authority in the best way that we can. and Krishna will reveal to us how to move forward.
Thank you, Prabhuji. And about the wives of Krishna who didn't like Krishna to move so early with the sound of the roosters. So I think if I were one of the wives, which is an impossibility, to have Krishna spend some more time with me, because according to our Shastra, the husband is the Param Ishwar. Okay, so I think they didn't do anything wrong.
No, they didn't do anything wrong. It's natural. The gopis are also criticizing Krishna. You're such, why you leave us like this, and you're doing. But whenever Krishna leaves, or it appears he leaves, it just increases, intensifies the love the devotee has for Krishna, feeling of separation. And this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood, Vipralamba, that he wanted to serve Krishna in separation, not that oh, I've seen Krishna and we were kissing and hugging. No, they're always feeling, where's Krishna? How I can surrender to Krishna? So this is Krishna's way of bringing everyone closer back to him and increasing their love.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.